Marco Dominic Gonzalez. Um, and I remember when, and I'm going back to, I had a conversation with a Becky from Dr. Max Dollar's office, a Cindy from Health Choice, who's a supervisor at Health Choice. And we got on a speakerphone, and that was good. I mean, everything was worked out. It's like, okay, Dr. Max is your primary care physician. She'll be your doctor, and we verbally agreed on it. Because my whole issue was, look, man, your office, because you're presenting on the website that this is a doctor that you represent. It's on the UMC website. You're saying you're going to send me a letter, and all of a sudden, when something goes down, you don't want to. Then she's just not my doctor. So we agreed on that, and I felt good after that conversation. And what happened was, I spoke to a James from Dr. Max Dollar's office, and then James is basically telling me that Dr. Max Dollar hasn't accepted new patients since 2000, and that she would not be my doctor, and that it's Health Choice's fault. Basically, the information that they told me is just false. And then, after we started talking, I said, wait a minute, man. There's still somebody, Becky, that got on with a supervisor from the insurance company, Health Choice, and we had a binding agreement that states she's my doctor. He said, and then he said, okay, well, she might be a doctor in the future, but not now. I said, well, I need to see the doctor now, not the future, man. And I said, well, then, you know what, man? He goes, well, it's not. He goes, it's not our fault. It is Health Choice's fault, and you're gonna have to talk to them. But she will not take you as a patient, and she has not seen people since 2000, or has not accepted new patients, and she works part time. And then hold on, in the states that Health Choice was an error. So then, of course, what ends up happening, I'm looking for that note. What ends up happening is I end up talking to, so I end up talking to a Carmen on at 1200 on 3812. I'm explaining, I have to explain the whole situation to her. Carmen states that they're going to mail me a letter, because what happened is, what they ended up doing was, I ended up calling Health Choice back on March 5th. And I end up talking to, I'm looking for that note, but this is why I need these conversations released to a lawyer, human rights group, or whatever. Let's see. So basically, I called on, and I have a long note though, because I talked to somebody that sounded very the same as the supervisor Cindy, and basically saying, look, it's what we agreed on in that conversation was that she ended up saying, okay, it's our fault. And then they're gonna mail me a letter that it's their error. What they ended up doing, I remember I called on March the 7th, and they were closed. I called at 1803, and they are closed. And I'm trying to remember by regulating the chronology of the event. But what surveillance and the conversations will prove it, man. What's said and the chronology of what happened. Well, what ended up happening was that I called back, and basically they said, look, at first they were saying it's Dr. Max Dollar's office's fault. Then they're saying, okay, fine, it's their fault, which is Health Choice. What they ended up doing was something unbelievable. They sent up a letter that is false. And it's this letter right here. That's dated March the 6th, 2012. Because the whole conversation on the, I'm going to have to